Hi guys, I'm going to tie a fly that I use for wild brown trout, but it's almost like a rainbow type pattern. This is a black Ross Zonker. So this is a size 8 Kamazan B175. You can use it in a long shank version as well, I suppose, if you want. And I'm going to use a hot orange or hot red tying thread. So we'll put that on our hook, and what I'm going to do is put a little bit of flash in under the tail. So I'm taking here a bit of Mirage crinkle, fold it back, and then I'll cut it off at about 3/4 of an inch length or so. So when I tie these, what I do is I take a rabbit strip and I cut them into lengths. Now the length of the skin there is probably about 20 mil or so. And what I'll do, which I think helps your hook from stop rusting whenever you're tying with rabbit specifically, is to put a little bit of varnish on the shank. Now you see I put the rabbit strip fairly far up because I want the thickness of the fur that's on it without the full length, if that makes sense. So we then wrap that down towards the bend, and that gives us our sort of Zonker type tail. You could use marabou if you don't have rabbit. So next I'm going to put in a red wire rib. So this is a hot red wire. Tie that to the back, and then the body I'm going to dub a holographic silver sort of light bright on. So if you don't have that, just use hollow silver tinsel or something along the lines of that. Dub that on so it's what, 2/3, 3/4 the length of our hook. Now we're going to palmer the body with a grizzle saddle. Tie that in. Put on our hackle pliers and put on a couple of turns at the front, and then go backwards in as many turns as suits yourself. I find about 3 is fine. You can use much more if you want a much heavier powered fly. Snap that off and then rib through our hackle maybe 4 or 5 turns. When I get to the front, I take on a couple or 3 really tight turns with my wire and then snap it, and that will tie that off, but that'll never come out because our tying thread's going to go over it. And next, eyes. I'm going to put on silver bead chain eyes here. So what I do, you can put them on at the start, but I find it a little bit easier and quicker doing it this way. So I set them on top and I put a couple of turns on, and then as you tension that up, then the eyes pull down onto the shank. What I'll do is I'll flip them underneath the shank and then figure of 8 wind that on to hold it in position. Make sure it's flat. To finish the fly off, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put on a bit of red light bright here at the front. So I'll dub that on, leave it to sit a second, and then what I'll do to make my eyes fix solid in place, I'm going to add a blob of super glue there and then wind my red light bright into that, take it through between the eyes and then half hitch in there, pull tight so that the eye slides it back. And that's our fly tied. As you can see, it sort of has the Peter Ross coloration to it, hence the name. And just to finish it, I'm going to put another dab of super glue on there between the eyes. That will wick into my light bright at the front and also down through my tying in. And that, I've used that on rivers and on lakes for wild brown trout, especially on a river whenever you've had a bit of a flood and it's just fining down. I find that brownies will respond to that. And per usual. If you like what you see, like and subscribe. Share it with friends, bring them along. And until next time, tight lines, and thanks for watching.